So maybe you've had that little inner whisper, you've kind of felt it, you've heard it, it's kind of telling you what to do, but you've ignored it, and then you've kind of had some regret afterwards. You're like, I didn't listen to it. And so you're starting to doubt yourself if you can even connect with that little whisper, your intuition, ever again. So today we're going to talk about how you can reclaim your inner knowing, your inner guidance, and if you've had some doubt with that before, how to reconnect with that, and so you can move forward and make great aligned decisions for yourself. So my name is Krista, and I am here to support women on their awakening journey and to be able to connect with their inner guidance, their intuition, so that they can listen to it, hear it, also trust it, and act with power within that as well too, to make aligned choices for themselves as well too. So if you like this video, you can subscribe for more if you like this content. So okay, so we've kind of maybe had our intuition kind of be there, we kind of didn't really follow it, and there's might be a little bit of regret now is you know, why is this happening? Well, you know, why we lose trust with our intuition, it begins when we were small children, and we were conditioned not to trust it. We were conditioned to behave and override what probably felt true to us as young children. We believed in authority figures, anybody outside of ourselves, and slowly over time, you know, moment after moment, when we're kind of just not listening to our intuition, we start to override it and think that, you know, somebody out there knows better. This expert knows more than I do, and so we start to outsource our intuition, and we don't hear it, we don't trust it. We've lost that connection, and you know, it's sadly kind of that's so normal in our culture, in our society. It's not revered at all as well too. So just, you know, give yourself grace with that too, just understanding the connection of why that's happened. And you know, but when you start to kind of awaken, you start to hear that little voice a little bit more, and it starts to kind of reawaken with you and start to kind of give you little downloads and little messages, and kind of, so this is an opportunity to reconnect with your intuition, which is wonderful. So it's almost like it's coming back online. It's always been there. It's so excited that now maybe you are starting to listen to it and wanting to kind of have this relationship with it. So it's always been there, and you're just starting to kind of, you know, connect with it again, to have that relationship with it as well too. So anyway, so how do we rebuild this? Well, there's lots of different ways to rebuild it. I think really to start is, you know, we don't want to go for perfection. We really just want to start small, like really start small. So maybe you might have moments in your day where you might ask yourself, okay, what do I want right now? Do I want this or this? And just stop and, you know, feel what feels right. Don't use your mind, because oftentimes we just go to our mind and think with our mind and our brain. What feels right to you? That might be a question. You know, does this feel right? Maybe a situation has come up, an invitation, an offer of some sort, and just stop. You know, get quiet with yourself. Give yourself the time and the space, and just, you know, think: does this feel right to me right now? And again, it's a feeling thing. Your intuition comes from a feeling place. It does not come from your mind. So just give yourself the kind of the time and the space to kind of hear that little answer as well too. And you know, just pause and think. Also, another thing that I might recommend is just maybe even have a journal, like an intuition journal, maybe where you get those little ideas that are coming into you, and you can record them in a little journal, and, you know, and then act on them. Just follow them. Like, what is, you know, this little kind of nudge, suggestion you, moving you closer towards. Follow that and see what comes with that. And over time, you may start to realize, you might start to stack some of these little things that have come up for you, and start to see a pattern, and realize that your intuition is guiding you. It's giving you the breadcrumbs to kind of move in a specific direction. So sometimes when you kind of clearly can see that over multiple times and experiences, you might start to trust that a little bit more, and, you know, kind of not think it's a one-off, or not think it was crazy, or whatever it may be too. So you kind of solidify that relationship with your intuition that much more as well too. And the big thing that I really want to kind of emphasize is you need to really give yourself the kind of the quiet and the stillness to reconnect with it. This is really, you want to be, you need lots of solitude. You need some silence in your world, and just to be quiet as well, to kind of give yourself that time. And I know sometimes that can be challenging for a lot of people, depending on kind of where you are, what stage of life you are at, but you really kind of need to give yourself that space. That might be going for a walk by yourself without anything in your ears. That might be just sitting on your couch and closing your eyes and just sitting there quietly for 5-10 minutes. There's all different ways we kind of, need to connect, but really we will not have that relationship with our intuition if we're so busy, if we're constantly overwhelmed, if we're constantly on our phone, if we're constantly stimulating. It just does not have a chance or an opportunity to come into us. So really prioritizing your downtime, your time alone, I can't, we kind of really need to kind of work on that as well too. It's so important. And, for some people that might be a little uncomfortable if you are used to kind of always being distracted, if you are used to being always kind of on the go, like just being with yourself for brief moments can be very challenging. And so, start small, but just allow yourself kind of to be able to kind of feel that, time with yourself, and give yourself that time. So depending on kind of what your starting point is, just allowing yourself time and space to be able to reconnect with your intuition, because you're not going to hear the messages. You're not going to hear the little whispers if we're overwhelmed, because they're subtle. Like they're pretty subtle. They're not going to scream. They're not going to shout. They are little whispers, it comes in and then it comes out as well too. So you have to kind of, you want to be aware of that as well too. So, and also just kind of, release some self-judgment about your relationship with your intuition. If it's something you've kind of neglected for all these years, and you're kind of kicking yourself going, oh, well, I knew better. I knew I should have done this thing. I kind of felt it, and you didn't follow through. Just let that go. Please let that go. We're letting all of that kind of negative kind of self-talk go as well too. It's a new opportunity. You did the best you could with what you knew. And, a lot of those times when we kind of think we've messed up, but there's lessons involved. We don't kind of learn from some of the things that go well. We learn from some of our mistakes per se, or things that didn't go as planned. So just treat it as an opportunity to learn a lesson, and know that things can shift, and they absolutely can. And you can kind of have that reconnection with your intuition again too. It's never too late. We all have it. And, it's an opportunity as well there too. So, and also just kind of, know from trust, like you will start to see when you are connecting with your intuition, synchronicities will start to come up. You will feel calmer. You will feel a little bit more peaceful in your life, a little bit more grounded. And it's kind of really this beautiful relationship, kind of knowing that you have this relationship with your inner wisdom as well too. So it's very worth pursuing as well too, and giving yourself the opportunity to have that relationship. So if it's something that hasn't really worked out, recently, but you're wanting that, that's all you need. That's all you need to be able to come and move forward as well too. So that is what I want to share with you today too. We can trust our intuition again, even if it's something that's you've kind of been dormant, you've let go, and you just, we're in that time in your space in your life where it just wasn't around. You can absolutely reconnect with your intuition again and have that relationship, even if there's a little bit of doubt. I want to kind of emphasize it's always there for you as well too. So if you will like more videos like this, where I kind of talk about the awakening process, our intuition, all that good stuff, subscribe. And I would love to hear in the comments below too, if you have had this experience, if you had maybe a strong or weak connection with your intuition and things shifted, and kind of what the results were as well too. It's a very dynamic relationship, and I would love you to have that, because it's such a powerful thing. But once you kind of really tap into that as well too, it just opens you up to new ways of being and new trust for yourself, and really allowing you to kind of step in the power that you might want to kind of look into as well too, and start to kind of navigate. So anyway, I wish you all a lovely day. And yes, let's work on supporting our intuition in all the ways. And again, I wish you a lovely day. Bye for now.